You need to get through 1-0 and that gives you something to hang to, and a fortunate slip from Livs has got them in at 1-1 when possibly I thought our play first half deserved for us to be ahead at half time, but it wasn't to be. And then the run you're on, the nature of the psychological side of sport is that when you're down, you've got to keep digging deep, and the second one goes in, which again is good movement from them, but disappointing for us. We're matched up at the back, and there's a slip from there's a free header for the second one, on the corner. The third one is the slip in the corner on their breakaway, and heads will go. That's just the nature of it, but I felt we kept going under tough. These are tough times for footballers, for the lads, and it is a strange feeling around the place at the moment that we've got to dig deep and work against.
In that way, it was a bit like watching both the Wrexham and the Guiseley games, that you've got a point in the second half where your lads almost seem to hit a brick wall. Is that a confidence thing now, that when they fall behind, they just, because they're down?
Without doubt. That's what I'm. When I'm saying the psychological side of sport is, Tranmere a couple of weeks ago, the first goal is there, and we maintain that, and we are able to hang on to something. If we got to half time, as I said, at 1-0, we've been able to regroup, and that would have given us something to hang to. Their team talk at half time is different. They then go with the wind. They put you under the sword. They've got good players, Grimsby. That, if you look at their squad, and they've got 4 or 5 players not even in the squad today that have won matches for them over the previous weeks. That's the nature of the two football clubs at the moment.
Is it frustrating you that you have players out at a point when you probably need them more than ever?
Yeah, but again, that's part of the managerial situation. You have to deal with what you come up against, and them lads that went out for us tonight, I don't think we can fault them for effort. As I say, we came up short on quality. That's the be all and end all of it.
You mentioned in your programme notes tonight about pressure on players. You don't mention about pressure on the manager. For the first time, I think, ever since I've known you, I haven't seen a smile on your face for the last 3 weeks. Is it getting to you at all?
No, you maybe you've just missed them smiles.
Few and far between.
No. Look, I enjoy being a manager of this football club. There are times and you learn. I'm learning about myself all the time, and until I'm told any different, I'll continue to do the best that I can. We are short in certain areas. We're aware of that. We are scouring to try and find the players to turn that round, and obviously the chairman's here this week, so there'll be talks about what we can and can't do in this before this window closes, loan wise, and can we look to find some players with a bit of pedigree to get us them goals. And I think that's the case. You look at one end and you'll say, well, the goals are gone in defensively, but when you are psychologically low, if you go and get the goals to get you ahead and stay comfortably ahead and maintain pressure on teams, as a defender I've been there, there's so much pressure on you if you don't do that. If you see your attackers getting in good areas, not producing, not scoring, or not holding the ball up, not doing their jobs, then you are constantly under pressure. And Grimsby put us to the sword when we were starting to potentially try to build something, but they've got good players, and they know how to see games off and kill teams off, and they did that to us this evening.
You may or may not want to answer this question, but we put it to the chairman earlier that before tonight you were 7 points off the playoffs. You were the manager who brought them up last season. Would that buy you a bit of grace? And was it unfair that you got this ultimatum of a month from that kind of position?
Well, if I answer this with a smile on my face, you'll like that then. So he's the manager, he's the chairman of the football club. He makes the decisions. What I do is I just try to earn my money that he pays me the best I can, and get the boys ready for each game, and try to psychologically keep them in the right place, tactically get them in the right place, and then what you're looking for is a player to come out and produce for you on the day, and that's what you live and die as a manager, is what your players present for you on a Saturday or a Tuesday. And tonight Grimsby were better than us. I'm holding my hand up and saying, their squad of players is better than ours, and that has ended in the result. Is it fair for him to do that? That's his decision. All I'm doing is working as best I can, as I say, and then what will be further down the line.
Are you still the right man to take the club forward?
I'll smile while I answer this one. In my mind, I am, yes. When we get the injuries and suspensions back, then we are very, very competitive at this level. Yeah, there's flaws in our squad. We need to transform 1 or 2, and we need to get more goals in there. But generally tonight, I thought we did very well under the circumstances. I'd like to make a little special moment I thought Otis Khan did very, very well. A young 18-year-old who has got a lot of potential, lot of spirit. He's got some fire in his belly for a little fella, and you know, I thought he played very well.
Well, you keep that smile on, and we'll see you Saturday.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Darren Edmondson, the Barrow manager, after his side lost 3-1 tonight.